Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. Coming up tonight, it's a week filled with high school tournament action.
Let your best player make something happen.
In the Coach's Corner, Charlie Clifford is joined by the man who has second-ranked Franklin girls basketball through sectionals and into regionals. Plus, meet a pair of brothers who will both be wrestling in this weekend's semi-states in our Athlete of the Week feature.
Me and Sam have been around wrestling our whole lives, but to be able to go to the next level, make the semi-state like that, it's been really, really cool.
We're all celebrating a new Zone Extra right now.
That we are. That was a wild scene. We're going to get to that story in a minute. Thanks for stopping by the Zone Extra. I'm Charlie Clifford. Great week of high school sports action. Even with all the weather, we got through it, and here we are in the Coach's Corner tonight, leading the second-ranked team in the state into the girls' basketball regionals this weekend. Franklin head coach Josh Sable is with us tonight. Plus, wrestling, family affair at Bishop Chatard, that's safe to say. Brothers Eli and Sam Bustamante, that story, as they both get ready for semi-state competition this weekend, and you will not want to miss our play of the week. That comes from Lawrence North. We'll let you know how to get involved with the show in just a minute. For now, let's revisit what was an epic week at Westfield. One of the toughest fields in the state when it comes to girls basketball. Saturday night, Fishers against Noblesville. This was for the sectional title. The Millers up 13 after a quarter, up 10 at half. Third quarter, here comes Fishers, and this gym is loud. 14-2 Tigers in the third to take a 2-point lead into the fourth. Down the stretch, too much Ashlyn Shade, the future UConn Husky. This was just out of this world. 16 of her 22 in the fourth. The Millers' second straight sectional title. Also, win number 300 for Coach Donna Buckley.
I'm so proud of our kids and our coaching staff and our community. Like I said, administration, it was unbelievable and just very tough. Obviously, that sectional is as good as any probably in the country. I mean, to have everybody there ranked in the top 15 in the state, and to go out and play 3 games and have to compete every single night. And like I said, it was awesome. It was again, hard to explain, but it's just so proud of our kids.
Coach Buckley's bunch answering the bell in a hostile environment. Meanwhile, same deal here. This is sectional 11. I was in the house for this classic title game. Mick Rivals, Ben Davis Pike. 32 minutes was not nearly enough time. Okay, to settle things, we needed to go to overtime. All right, we're tied. Let's do 2. How about 3? Triple overtime. This is decided. A Ben Davis wins 62-57. Legendary head coach Stan Benj, 35 years on the bench. This was like nothing he's ever witnessed.
I had never coached in a state tournament game, a sectional or anything with 3 overtimes. And, you know, as a coach at that time, you try just to focus on what you need to focus on and you're in the moment. But, you know, it's after a while, I lost track of the overtimes. I lost track, and it was just, you know, we have a neat team, a great group of young ladies. I thought, man, it would be terrible for them to, you know, make a mistake in this atmosphere and live with that the rest of their lives. So I was happy they were able to succeed.
After that second overtime, Coach Benj just loosened that tie and let your team take over. He did. Here's the deal with Saturday, okay? Regionals at Decatur Central. The early game, Ben Davis, Mount Vernon. The noon tip, North Central, Mooresville. We're going to figure out who walks out a champion. 8 o'clock tip-off for all the marbles. Meanwhile, boys hoops. We're less than 3 weeks away from the start of the boys tournament. Fellas, good luck, because we've had insanity on the girls' side from start to finish so far. This is where things stand as the postseason draw nears. Let's look at 4A. Chesterton, you are watching. You are still number 1. You've hung on nearly all season down the second half of the stretch. Fishers, Garrett Weininger's club has jumped to 2. Carmel's right there. Ben Davis, the Tech team that had the tough game at the city tournament final, they've rebounded. This is going to be absolutely bonkers down the stretch. We're getting ready. Now to the mat. Last Saturday, regional round of the state tournament. We saw plenty of Central Indiana teams and individuals put up some stellar performances, advancing on to this weekend. Yes, it is semi-state, everybody. Congrats to Carmel, the Hounds. Regional title over at North Montgomery. They advance 10 wrestlers to Newcastle semi-state this weekend. Cathedral, guess again, they win again. Pendleton Heights Regional, that was. Meanwhile, Perry Meridian was Ron Colley with the team title. The Royals are going to send 12 to semi-state. Brownsburg wins at Mooresville. They advance 13. Center Grove right here, runner-up at Mooresville. But the Trojans still send all 14 to semi-state. You figure that one out for me. And in Jeffersonville, Columbus East, a regional title as well. Let's look at the 4 semi-state locations across the state. East Chicago, Fort Wayne, Newcastle, Evansville. That is where you want to be if you're a wrestler this weekend. Congrats to everybody who's still on the mat. In the pool, girls season coming to an end this coming weekend. We have the state finals at IUPUI. Get to the mat early. Prelims underway tomorrow in action. We're going all the way through Saturday. Last week, again, I mentioned it off the top of the show, the winter weather kind of screwed with everything. Well, Monday night, it turned out to be very busy. Teams collecting sectional trophies. Carmel sweeps its way to yet another sectional title. Other Central Indiana teams advancing include Fishers, Brownsburg, North Central, Center Grove, Western Boone, Greenfield Central, and Bloomington North. Congrats to all swimmers. Moving on. Nice job by Brian Eckstein getting all the champs crammed into one here. Okay, now, quick break. We're going to move ahead on the Zone Extra. Still next, it is the Coach's Corner. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Second-ranked Grizzly Cubs looking for another sectional champion, regional champion, I should say. Josh Sable in studio with us. Still ahead, meet the brothers who are on their way to wrestling semi-state. We're going to introduce you to our athletes of the week from Bishop Chatard. We'll be back.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. The Coach's Corner, presented by Junk King.
After winning their sectional this past weekend, second straight year for Grizzly Cub fans, here we go. Franklin looking to make the run this year. And here we are on the Zone Extra set with head coach Josh Sable. Coach, we had you in last January. At the time, you were right at the top of the nation in terms of three-point shooting, and you're back. Yeah. So something's going well, Coach.
Yeah, we got a great group of girls. I mean, you know, like you said, that we had 4 girls return from our, regional run last year, and we've added some new pieces, and we've had some girls that were on JV last year kind of step up, and we got a great team, and we're looking forward to this weekend.
And it looks like the community is still soaking this up. We saw the police escort back to the gym after knocking off Greenwood. We'll take a look at what went down in the sectional final this past weekend. Has it been as fun as last year? Because I'm sure you're asking this to yourself off to the side a couple times this year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think, last year it was such a fun ride. Like, I don't think people really expected us to get as far as we did. So I think it adds some pressure this year because there are expectations. But our girls have handled it great, and, we've had a blast this year.
The expectations, you've mentioned it, it's not out of the blue. You're the second best team in this state. There are expectations that haven't been at Franklin in over 2 decades. How have they handled it so well behind the scenes, Coach?
Oh gosh, the girls have been great. They're competitors. They love to compete. So I think the bigger the stage, the bigger the moment. That's when they thrive, and they love playing on that stage on that level. So they're definitely looking forward to it.
Tell me about Miss Traylor. We saw her there with the trophy. Yeah. Special score.
Oh, she's great. Inside, outside. There's been games this year where she's we've been down and we went to her, and she made a basket down the stretch, or she made the extra pass, and we beat Center Grove for the county championship. So yeah, Ash has been great all year.
We're looking at the team. Let's go a little deeper, okay? It's not a one-woman wrecking crew, excuse me. I think that's what makes your team so tough to beat. Give me some love for some other names on this team, Coach.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you got to go with Corinne Brunson, our other senior. She was junior all-star last year. Addie Walker and Kendall Yoakum, juniors, have been huge off the bench for us. And we got 4 sophomores that they don't play like sophomores. Lauren Clem, Scarlett Kimbrell, Erica Buning, and Brooklyn York. They got a lot of experience last year, and now they're, even better this season.
The freshman quartet last year, they're back, everybody. I remember hearing about it early last season. You won't believe what Franklin has just in the freshman class alone. Let's look at what's in front of you. Familiar teams, here we go. Different venue, Columbus North, Bedford North Lawrence, who you knocked off to win the regional last year. You're not hosting anymore, okay? You walk into 10 a.m. Saturday morning. What's your message to the club?
Well, I think, with our group, we've been here before, so they know the expectations. They know, the routine and the daily itinerary. So I don't think we'll be fazed by it. East Central's a great team, but we'll be ready to go and looking forward to it this Saturday.
You see the gap of the tip times. All right, we win at 10. We're probably done a little before noon. How do you fill that time? Because every coach has a different philosophy.
Yeah, so what we do is we will stay and we'll watch probably the first half of the second game.
Okay.
And then we'll go to a hotel, and then we have a bunch of food that our amazing parent club puts together for the girls, and then they eat. We got a couple of hotel rooms where the girls can relax, and the coaches, we get together, we prep for the second game, and then we meet in this big commons area, and we walk through, we watch film and go over the scouting report, and we'll be ready to go for the second game.
See that? There's no nap in there, okay? You got to get some rest this weekend, Grizzly Cubs, leading up to Saturday. Coach, for you, 6 seasons. You've brought this program to a place where many fans who've followed it since 2000 have said, oh, man, we haven't felt like this since, what, 98 back home? What does it mean behind the scenes for you?
Oh, it means everything, because like you said, this is our 6th year here. And, every year you're just kind of building it, and, you got the middle school and the feeder program, and you're trying to build it the right way. And to put on all that hard work, we got an amazing coaching staff, we got amazing administration, the community and the fan support's been fantastic. Our parent club has been amazing. So to get to this point, after just working so hard to get here, it's very fulfilling.
Josh Sable, you've earned the right to move on, and we're pulling for you. So best of luck. And you've been incredible the last 2 seasons. It's been really fun to watch from afar.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you guys having us, and go Grizzly Cubs.
There you go. Stay tuned. Still ahead on the Zone Extra. It's our Athlete of the Week. Grizzly Cubs again. Good luck this weekend. Next, the brothers who are just one step away from the state finals. We'll get over to Bishop Chatard. Plus, our play of the week. We had plenty to choose from. We'll get it all sorted out when we come back.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
Actually, wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be completely honest with you. It was really fun though. We had regionals on Saturday, so we kind of wanted to make a video, kind of send to our team, get everybody else kind of hyped up and ready for the big weekend.
What are we, on the set of Rocky all of a sudden? Bishop Chatard, something has changed over here, okay? This is where we go for our Athlete of the Week. The Trojans team advancing 4 wrestlers to semi-state, including a set of brothers who you may have just seen. Eli and Sam Bustamante. Get to know those names. They're going to compete in the Newcastle semi-state. The Bustamantes, a wrestling family. So Eli and Sam have been around the mats since a young age. Eli, now a senior, captain of the program that has made incredible strides the past few seasons. The Trojans now looking to advance a wrestler to the state finals for the first time since 2014. This is Eli's 3rd consecutive semi-state appearance. But for him, this one is more special, sharing the stage with little brother Sam.
It's really awesome. Me and Sam have been around wrestling our whole lives. Our families are all into it and things like that. So we've kind of grown up going to tournaments and wrestling around with each other to be able to go to the next level, make the semi-state like that. It's been really, really cool.
It's pretty amazing. I've been watching him wrestle since I was tiny. We've always gotten to tournaments together. More recently, he's been taking me to these tournaments. I've seen all his ups and downs of the season, and I'm really excited to see him maybe make it to state.
It's awesome to have both those guys making it to semi-state, and it's cool to have so many siblings. And we have a couple sets of brothers on the team, so really cool for Sam and Eli to both make it to semi-state, and for Eli's senior year, Sam's freshman year, they get to kind of go through this experience together.
Just be able to watch each other wrestle and support each other in our matches, and big wins and big losses and that type of thing, and definitely made each other better over the years.
After my matches, I'll always go over to him, ask him if I have any questions about moves or anything, because he's been doing it 3 or 4 years more than I have, so he's got that much more knowledge. So he kind of helps guide me along.
They're just grinders. They're just willing to work hard. They just do all the right things. They're in here early in the morning. I mean, their bond goes way deeper than just teammates. The ultimate competitors against each other, but also supporting each other.
Head coach Nate Spangle, what else can you ask from the 2 Bustamante boys? They're out in the snow They're in the mats. Shane Ryder as well, assistant coach. You may recognize him around the ballpark at the Vic. He's helped out a ton. It's just a great story, again, that has come a long way in just a few seasons. We'll see what's in store this weekend. Now, we're going to take a quick timeout. Our play of the week, it's on the way. Do not leave us before we give you that, plus our latest installment of Ask the Commissioner. Paul Neidig of the IHSAA standing by. We'll be back.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine.
It's time to go to the top of the food chain for the IHSAA. Every week, you know what's going on. Ask the Commissioner, Paul Neidig, bringing you his answer. This is one of my favorite parts, getting to hang out with Mr. Neidig. Here we go. Here's the question this week. With Valentine's Day right around the corner this coming week, what do you love most about your job, Mr. Commish?
Oh my, there are so many things. I still to this day consider myself a teacher at heart. I started being a teacher, and what I love is going out and watching student athletes continue to learn in the second classroom. They learn math and English and social studies and business skills or technology skills throughout the school day. But then oftentimes they leave that traditional day and go into the second school day. And that's with a coach. That's with a mentor, a leader that allows student athletes to develop their skill on the field, but also allows them to develop their social emotional skills when it comes to dealing with adversity, learning to do things you didn't think you could do. And it really sets these student athletes that have great experiences in high school up for being positive contributors to communities in the future. So just watching students grow, I think, is what I love most about my job.
We could take that answer and send it to every commissioner in the country. I don't know if you're going to get a better one. The second classroom. That's spot on. Your question can come next week. Use hashtag #TheZoneExtra, hashtag AskTheCommish. Hit us on Twitter, and you'll get it. It's that simple. Our play of the week, each week, we try to sort through, okay, how do we differentiate between 3 and 2, 2 and 1? This week, we finally got down to it. We're going to tell you how your video can be featured in just a minute. First, here's the play. Lawrence North hosting Connorsville, trailing by 2 in the final seconds. CJ Gunn, future IU Hoosier. Let's go. On the dance floor, everybody. Wildcats win it by a point one more time. Coach Mike Woodson, a promising young shooting guard, heading to Bloomington very soon. Again, join us on the Zone Extra with your top play. Maybe you were in the stands filming that one. Well, you're 1 for 1 this week. What are you going to see this weekend? The craziest thing you do find. Record it, send it to us on Twitter, use hashtag #TheZoneExtra, and we're going to get it on the show. Speaking of Lawrence North, MyIndy TV 23, your local home for high school sports. Tomorrow night, the Wildcats host Ben Davis. Ben Davis having a tremendous season, ranked 4th in the state, entering this showdown tomorrow night. When these two get together, you never know what's going to go down. Big night of hoops on the Zone. We're going to be ready to go with our final couple weeks of coverage in terms of the boys' hoops. Let's take a look at where things stand tomorrow night. This is on the boys' side. Carmel and Hamilton Southeastern, Pike and North Central. You have Southport, Warren Central. Warren Central trying to find the right gear late in the season. Bishop Chatard, we featured them on the Zone Extra. Very easy team to pull for this season. Playing against Park Tudor. And then at the bottom of your screen, Speedway and Lutheran meeting up. Do not miss us at 11:08 tomorrow night. That's going to do it for the Zone Extra for Coach Josh Sable and the Franklin Grizzly Cubs. Can you do it again with another regional championship? You can never pencil anybody in on this weekend. Brian Eckstein, our executive producer. Thanks to him, for Charlie Clifford and the rest of the crew. We're going to see you next time on the Zone Extra. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, everybody.